Love our child. Tell me that you're going to love our baby.
Tell you is that you'll both be well taken care of.
No, that's not enough. I want our baby growing up knowing who his father is. And I want him to be proud of you. And I want you to be proud of our little boy or girl, too. Oh, I'm afraid. I'm trying to be brave through all of this, but I'm really scared.
Don't give me that, Emily. You've handled things very well up to now.
No, I'm afraid that someday you're just going to decide that you won't want anything to do with us and you'll desert us.
That's never been a consideration.
Draper, I'm shaking. Please hold me.
No, Emily.
No, please tell me
Emily,
it's not going to happen.
Please leave.
No.
Emily.
What's going on here? Oh, April, hello. I got lonely in my apartment, and so I came up for a visit.
I thought I made it perfectly clear to you that the 32nd floor of this building was off limits to you.
But I knew you didn't mean it.
But I did mean it.
April, how can you be so unfeeling? You know that I'm carrying your husband's child. I have every right to father. Look, you have to be adult about it.
I just came from hearing that my sister-in-law is dying. You will have to excuse me if your hurt feelings don't seem terribly significant to me right now.
Oh, my God, honey.
Yes, it's true.
Emily, please, leave now.
All right. I'm glad we talked, Draper. And I'm awfully sorry about your sister-in-law, April.
Not now. Well, I suppose it serves me right. I mean, I deserve to taste of my own medicine, and that's exactly what I got.
What do you mean?
Well, it's kind of ironic, isn't it? Same thing happened to you that night that you walked in and you found Logan and me here.
Oh, April, you can't compare the two incidents.
Oh, no, you're right, because Logan and I, we were out on the terrace. You were right here in the middle of the living room.
No, you and Logan had different feelings about one another. You see, I don't love Emily.
She loves you.
Look, she came up here unwanted, uninvited. I've told her a dozen times I don't love her. I've never loved her. You know that.
Well, it has not sunk into that sick little mind of hers. She believes that she is still going to win you away from me. Don't you see? There's something insidious about that woman now, and I truly believe that she will do anything and everything she can to get what she wants.
But there's nothing she can do.
Isn't there? Draper, she has a very strong weapon. Your baby. And she's going to use it. We can't underestimate her, Draper. I can't.
Don't underestimate me. Baby, we'll work it. I swear we will. I don't know how yet, but just trust me. Look, this isn't the first curve in the road of our marriage. But baby, we're still together. We'll work this out just the way we worked out everything.
Biff, I just don't see why you don't give yourself more time to recuperate. What's your hurry?
I'm okay. The only time this wound really bothers me is on cold, rainy mornings. Or, when I'm trying to impress some beautiful girl.
Oh, yeah? Well, you're missing a dynamite chance to take a winter vacation.
Yeah. I guess I'm just dedicated.
Oh, dedicated. You are a workaholic, that's what you are. It's not a healthy thing to be.
I just like it. I mean, I love the roar of the crowd, the smell of the grease paint.
Mm-hmm. That's actors. You're supposed to be a lawyer.
Hey, all lawyers are actors. You should see the impassioned plea that I have ready for Judge Matthews tomorrow. It's now winter and my client is still discontent.
not acting, that's hamming.
Here we are.
Well, you little devil. I thought you were supposed to go to sleep.
Well, I suggested that he try counting certificates of deposit or no-load mutual funds instead of sheep, but apparently it didn't work.
Whatever happened to visions of sugar plums dancing in his head?
Oh, you're behind the times. I'll give him 8 bars of We're in the Money. That's his favorite lullaby these days.
Well, there's a joke here, but I don't get it.
I'm afraid that Jamey is going to have to become acquainted with high finance sooner than most.
Oh, what happened? Did you get him a winning ticket in the lottery?
Not exactly. I don't see any reason why we can't talk with about this, do you?
None at all.
Had a very interesting visit yesterday from a lawyer representing Nadine Scott's estate. Came all the way from London just to talk to me.
Well, you are her son-in-law, or you were. Well, did she mention you in her will?
No, but little Jamey figures in it very largely. Nadine has left him nearly all of her money.
You're kidding. Wow. She was really loaded, too. Well, you're really lucky, Jamey. I wish I were born rich instead of just handsome.
Well, Cliff, money is a great convenience, of course, but sometimes too much too soon can present problems.
Well, I certainly wish I had those kind of problems.
I have a nephew, Schuyler Whitney, who has recently returned to Monticello. He came in with a great deal of money when he was still a child, and I must say it didn't do his character much good.
We're not going to let that happen to Jamey. We can't let him grow up thinking the world is his for the asking.
Well, if you want to, I could help him out.
Yeah?
I'd be willing to relieve him of some of his burden.
Cliff, that's awfully decent of you.
Well, hey, anything for a friend, you know. Just let me know when I can come over and pick up 1 or 2 millions in small, inconspicuous bills.
Sounds very reasonable, but I think you ought to talk to Jamey about that, don't you? After all, it's his money.
Yes, but you are his guardian.
Which is precisely why every penny of it is going into trust.
Oh, come on, Logan, lighten up a little.
Help yourself, Cliff.
Oh, thank you, Geraldine. I'm sure that Jamey wouldn't mind just a small sports car. How'd you like to go around Monticello in a bright red Ferrari, huh?
What do you say, Jamey? Think that'd be fun? I think he'd like that. Okay, I'll let him buy one as soon as he's old enough to drive.
Geraldine, don't these ethical types just make you sick? I'll tell you one thing. If Raven would have won that custody battle, she'd be out right now spending that money.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, but fortunately, she did not win the custody trial, or most of that money would be gone by now.
You know, Logan, do you suppose that she might have known about this inheritance? I mean, before the custody trial?
I suppose anything of the kind, I'm sure of it. She knew about it before she even came back to Monticello.
You know what, Logan? I mean, if we can prove that Raven knew about this.
Cliff, I have it on very good authority. It seems the same man who came all the way here to tell me about the inheritance was the one who replaced the lawyer who was fired because of Raven.
I mean, some lawyer was fired because of Raven?
I know it's confusing. She was flirting with some young lawyer attached to their firm, wormed the details of Nadine's estate out of him, so she knew long before she came back that Jamey was going to inherit all of those millions of pounds sterling.
Yeah, it explains a great deal, doesn't it?
Yeah. It explains why Raven was so hot to get custody. Jamey, if she would have won, you would have been wiped out. I'll tell you, I know one person would be interested in this little bit of information. Deborah.
Why do you say that?
Well, she told me to keep her abreast of everything that happened in Monticello while she's away. You don't mind, do you?
Help yourself, Cliff. But why would Deborah be interested in this, especially?
Well, this is very big news to her. Maybe now she can pin Elliot Dorn's murder on the person who really did it.
Didn't I tell you this place has a wonderful ambiance?
Ambiance? That's another word for expensive.
It has been far too long since I've been here.
Raven, why don't we just have drinks here and then we'll go somewhere else for dinner?
No, what's the matter? Don't you like French food?
Yeah, I love the food over here on the left side. It's the prices on the right side. It kill my appetite.
Derek, it will be worth it.
My food bill for last month didn't cost what this dinner's gonna cost me.
Well, I'm sorry, but I was not in the mood for burgers and fries today.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm just a civil servant.
You're the chief of police of Monticello.
You have a grossly exaggerated idea of what a police chief earns.
Well, you should be seen in these places anyway. It's good for your image.
I'm not concerned about my image. It's my wallet.
You certainly are a killjoy.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm only kidding. Of course we can eat here, but Maybe I should order for the two of us.
I'm sick and tired about worrying about money.
Hey, join the club.
I've been worrying for far too long, and I'm sorry, but I enjoy places like this. I'm used to it.
What's not to enjoy? You just got to be able to afford it, that's all.
Well, there are few places in Monticello that have good service and good food and interesting people like those two over there.
Jennifer is comparing
An indignant call from the Council of the Foreign Mission, right? He says, how dare he be given a ticket for double parking, has to see me personally immediately. So I tell him, all right. I go downstairs and make sure that every parking space in front of the department is filled up so that he has to double park when he comes to see me. Are you listening to me?
Yes. What'd you say?
Sorry, I'm boring you.
No, you're not really.
You know them?
Who?
Those people you've been staring at ever since they came in.
Have I been staring? How gauche of me.
Don't worry. I don't think they noticed you.
Well, I know him. He's Schuyler Whitney, Geraldine's nephew.
I didn't know Geraldine had any living relatives.
I guess he's one of the last few. He's an impresario. He bought the old Alhambra Theater, and he's forming a dance company, from what I hear.
Yeah, I read something about that. That woman must be one of his dancers.
I wouldn't know.
Well, I don't know if he has an eye for talent, but he certainly has an eye for women.
Think she's beautiful?
I think Monticello has a new 10.
I don't know. She's all right. She looks a little cold to me. And cold beauties are never any fun.
Would you like me to, have them turn up the thermostat?
Why did you ask that?
You seem cold.
I'm fine.
Oh, I see. It's not, cold chilly. It's cold distant. Is that it?
I thought I was being my usual scintillating self.
You're angry with me.
How could I be upset with a lovable person such as yourself?
You're not in the least bit happy that I insisted you stop seeing Gavin Wiley.
Since you ask that, yes. I resent your implication that there was something personal in my using Gavin's studio.
There are other places.
My reasons for going to Gavin were strictly business. His studio suited my need, and he's a fantastic teacher.
You don't need to take dance classes, Martine. You're a star, remember?
Gavin is also a fine choreographer. Did you know that?
If you're suggesting that I hire him for the job...
Well, you could do worse.
Oh, you could have done worse, too. You could have stayed with him.
Well, it's something you might consider, Sky, if you can ever put aside your petty jealousy.
There is nothing petty about my jealousy. Besides, I'm negotiating with Andrew Bishop for that job.
Bishop will never leave New York.
And I'll get someone else, but it won't be Gavin Wiley. And that's final.
Everything you say is final, isn't it?
Well, I know my own mind. I consider that one of my strong points. Someone has to be decisive.
And of course, I am not permitted to make any decisions.
You don't want to make decisions, Martine.
Well, it's been so long since I haven't been allowed to make one decision. I really don't know.
You want someone who'll tell you what to do. That's why you're so crazy about me.
I'm sorry to interrupt your dinner, Mr. Whitney.
Better be important, Gunther.
I just got a call on the car radio, and I thought maybe you'd want to know.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
A choreographer fellow from New York. He wants you to call him as soon as possible.
Oh, I see. Well, wonderful. Well, thank you, Gunther.
Will that be all?
Yes, just wait with the car, Gunther.
Very good, Mr. Whitney.
Well, I wouldn't be at all surprised if Bishop finds my offer more attractive than that Broadway show he's been negotiating.
You mean more lucrative, don't you?
Stop frowning. He's the biggest name in the business.
Dancing is an art.
Well, that depends on what side of the box office you're on. Is there something wrong with the wine? Shall I have it sent back?
The wine is fine. It's Gunther.
I get what I see when I see him.
Oh, you have no reason to feel that way.
Why must you keep him around?
Because he's loyal.
He jumps when you speak. You just have to snap your fingers.
He does what I ask him to. That's something that's very important to me.
Thank you for reminding me. I might forget.
Waiter.
Well, the department's doing everything we can to spread the word. No, we just haven't had much luck so far, that's all. Those two have really done a good going underground. Gotta give it to them.
It has to be like finding two needles in a very large haystack.
Yeah, well, the problem is, they could be anywhere by now, but we will find them, don't you worry.
Sounds like Mission Impossible to me.
Yeah, well, what usually happens in cases like this, Gavin, see, is somebody will probably spot them, and then the spotter calls the authorities, and that's it.
But the damage may have already been done.
Yeah, well, as far as Kelly McGrath is concerned, the damage was done the day he decided to leave town.
Well, if Jody stays away much longer, she's not going to be any help to her sister.
Yeah. The reports from the hospital haven't been very encouraging. I mean, the resident just bluntly told me that Nicole is simply slipping away.
What a mess.
Yeah, well, I am sorry to add all this gloom to your already gloomy day, but you were the one who said you wanted to know how things were going. I don't feel like doing these things.
I don't know who to feel sorrier for. Kelly, if he's innocent, Jody, or her sister.
Well, I don't know. All three of them are having a pretty rough time, if you ask me.
It must be eating Jody up inside, seeing her career just shatter just when it looks like it's going to skyrocket.
And she worked real hard for this break, too.
It hurts when you see all your hopes and dreams just go right down the drain all of a sudden.
Well, you sound like you've certainly been there.
I've had my share of disappointment. Haven't we all?
I've always heard that show business was a rough business.
And sometimes it's harder than you think.
Gavin, why did you stop dancing? I mean, it must have been something pretty heavy to make you just up and quit like that.
I didn't quit. I retired.
Oh, okay. The question's still the same. Why?
It wasn't very good. I finally realized it, so I just don't dance anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, to just stop completely like that? You don't even as much as a two-step around here.
I don't dance because I can't dance, all right?
Come on, man. I'm not buying that. I mean, you don't learn what you know about technique and choreography out of a how-to book.
I had an accident in New York. I broke my leg.
I see.
The bone shattered. And they had to stick a pin in. It never healed correctly.
Sorry to hear that.
It just doesn't move the way it used to. No, that's all there is to it, okay?
Still working?
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Molly said dinner should be on the table in a minute.
Good.
Want a drink?
Yeah, I think I could use one.
This kind of reminds me of the good old days, you know. We used to sit and have a nice, quiet little drink before dinner and whisper sweet nothings and each other. Do you think we'll ever have those days again?
Of course we will. Still angry?
No, I'm not angry. I'm worried. Have you given any thought to how this situation's going to be resolved?
Yeah, I've thought about it. I've been going over some of the alternatives we have.
It's funny, I only see one.
And that is?
We assure Emily that everything she needs will be taken care of. She'll be secure, and she and her baby will have everything they want.
That goes without saying.
In exchange, she does not interfere in our lives. She doesn't interfere in any way, shape, or form. She's got to leave here, Draper. I don't care where she goes. She's got to get away from here, away from us.
I just don't know if we're going to get Emily to agree to that.
Monticello, not to mention this building, is not large enough for all of us. If she insists on staying here, then we'll move.
I don't think that's very reasonable.
Draper, I'm not interested in being reasonable. I am interested in saving our marriage.
Look, I don't know if we can just set conditions like that. I feel callous buying Emily off.
If you have any better ideas, I'm very willing to listen.
I mean, I can't turn completely away from Emily. She is carrying my child.
Draper, you can't have two families.
No, I don't want two families.
Well, then it looks as if he's going to have to choose between us.